Greetings, dear friends. Before I open the doors to this painful chapter of my life, I want to ask for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It helps stories like this reach more hearts. And drop a comment below telling me which city or state you're listening from. It warms my soul to know how far my voice has traveled. Get comfortable, maybe grab a cup of tea. This one is long, heavy, and full of lessons. Happy listening. My name is Evelyn Harper. I'm 68 years old now, living quietly in a small coastal town in North Carolina. People here know me as the lady who volunteers at the women's shelter and bakes the best lemon pound cake at the church fair. What they don't know is the storm I walked through 6 years ago, the storm that changed everything I thought I knew about love, family, and justice. It all started with a birthday. My daughter-in-law, Mia, was turning 30. She and my son, Landon, had been married for 4 years. No children yet, but they talked about it often. Mia was soft-spoken, kind-hearted, the kind of woman who remembered everyone's birthday and sent handwritten cards. She worked as a graphic designer from home, quiet and steady. Landon was my only child, my golden boy, the one I raised alone after his father walked out when he was 7. I spoiled him. I admit it freely now. Whatever he wanted, new sneakers, the latest gaming console, college tuition without loans, I made sure he had it. I told myself it was because he deserved a better childhood than I had. Growing up poor in rural Georgia, I knew what it felt like to wear hand-me-downs and eat beans 5 nights a week. I swore my child would never know that hunger. So when Landon met Mia, I was thrilled. She grounded him, calmed his restlessness, and when they got engaged, I insisted on paying for the wedding. Not just part of it, all of it. A beautiful outdoor ceremony in Savannah, 300 guests, live band, fireworks over the river. I took out a second mortgage on my house to make it happen. Landon hugged me that night and whispered, "Mom, you're the best. I'm going to make you proud one day." I believed him. After the wedding, they settled in Atlanta. I helped with the down payment on a lovely townhouse in a good neighborhood, again in my name, just in case. Landon said he wanted to start a real estate business. He had big ideas, flipping houses, building wealth. I co-signed loans, gave him seed money, even sold my late mother's diamond brooch to fund his first project. He promised it would all come back tenfold. But the projects never quite took off. There was always an excuse: market crash, bad partner, unexpected fees. Yet somehow there was always money for new clothes, expensive dinners, weekend trips to Miami or Vegas with investors. I didn't see the pattern, not then. Mia's 30th birthday was coming up in late September. Landon called me 2 months earlier, voice full of excitement. "Mom, I want to do something huge for Mia this year. She's been stressed with work, and I want to show her how much I appreciate her. What if we threw her a surprise party, rent a rooftop venue downtown, cater it, hire a DJ, the works? She deserves to feel like a queen." My heart swelled. Finally, my boy was thinking of someone else. "How much are we talking?" I asked. He hesitated. "Probably around 25,000, but Mom, it'll be worth it, and I'll pay you back as soon as the next flip closes." 25,000. That was most of my savings, the money I'd set aside for retirement, for emergencies, for the day I might need care myself. But I heard the love in his voice. I saw the vision. I said yes. I wired the money in installments over the next weeks. Venue deposit, catering, decorations, even a custom gown I ordered for Mia from a boutique in Charleston. Landon sent me photos of the planning, mood boards, guest lists, a beautiful 3-tiered cake design. He kept saying, "This is going to be legendary, Mom. Thank you for making it possible." The party was scheduled for a Saturday night. I decided to fly down early and help with final touches. Landon didn't know. I wanted to surprise them both. I booked a flight for Thursday morning, packed a suitcase with a new dress for myself, and brought gifts: a pearl necklace for Mia, my grandmother's, and a bottle of aged bourbon for Landon. But something felt off from the moment I landed in Atlanta. I called Landon when I touched down. No answer. Texted, nothing. Tried Mia, straight to voicemail. I told myself they were busy with party prep. I took an Uber to their townhouse. The drive was 40 minutes. I watched the city pass by, tall glass buildings, green parks, the rush of people living their lives. My chest felt tight, the way it does when you sense rain coming but the sky is still blue. When the Uber pulled up to their street, everything looked normal from outside. Manicured lawns, kids on scooters, neighbors walking dogs. But as I climbed the steps to their front door, I noticed something strange. The door was unlocked. Not wide open, just ajar, like someone had stepped out quickly and forgotten to pull it shut. I pushed it open and called out softly, "Landon? Mia? It's Nam. I came early to help." Silence. The house smelled wrong. Not like Mia's usual vanilla candles or fresh coffee. It smelled stale, like old takeout and something metallic. I set my suitcase down and walked through the foyer. The living room was a mess. Empty beer bottles on the coffee table, a woman's high heel, one, not a pair, lying sideways on the rug, pizza boxes stacked like a tower, and on the couch a blanket crumpled as if someone had slept there recently. I called again, louder. "Mia? Honey?" No answer. I moved toward the kitchen. More mess, dishes piled high, mail scattered on the counter. Among the envelopes, I saw medical bills, several of them unopened, stamped urgent in red, one from Piedmont Hospital, another from a neurology clinic. My stomach dropped. I pulled out my phone and dialed Mia's number again. This time, I heard a faint ring upstairs. I followed the sound up the staircase, heart pounding. The ringing came from their bedroom. The door was closed. I knocked gently. "Mia? Sweetheart? It's Evelyn." Nothing. I turned the knob and pushed the door open. The room was dark, curtains drawn. The ringing stopped. Voicemail. Mia's phone was on the nightstand, screen cracked. But Mia was not in the bed. The bed was empty, sheets tangled, one pillow on the floor. I stood there frozen, trying to make sense of it. Then I noticed the bathroom door slightly open, light spilling out. I walked toward it slowly. "Mia?" A weak voice answered. "Evelyn?" I pushed the door open and nearly collapsed. Mia was on the bathroom floor, curled against the tub. Her face was swollen on one side, bruising blooming purple and yellow across her cheekbone and eye. Her left arm was in a makeshift sling made from a towel. She was pale, ghostly pale, and trembling. "Oh my God, Mia!" I dropped to my knees beside her. "What happened? Are you okay? Where's Landon?" She tried to sit up, wincing in pain. Tears filled her eyes. I fell," she whispered, "down the stairs 3 days ago. Landon said he'd take me to the hospital, but he had a meeting, then another. He said it was just a sprain, but I can't move my arm and my head." 3 days. She'd been here alone for 3 days. I helped her up carefully and got her to the bed. She was burning with fever. I found ice packs in the freezer, painkillers in the cabinet, prescription ones, strong, dated a week earlier. She said the doctor at urgent care had given them after the fall, but Landon never filled the full prescription. I called 911. While we waited for the ambulance, Mia held my hand and cried quietly. "I didn't want to bother anyone," she said. "Landon said we couldn't afford the ER bill, that his business was about to take off and we needed to be careful." I felt something inside me harden. The paramedics arrived within minutes. They took one look at Mia and their faces turned serious. Possible fracture, concussion, delayed treatment. They loaded her onto a stretcher and took her to Emory University Hospital. I rode in the ambulance with her the whole way, holding her hand. At the hospital, the truth came out slowly, piece by piece, as doctors examined her. Her left arm was broken in 2 places, severe concussion, dehydration, malnutrition. She'd lost 15 pounds in the last month, and the bruising pattern wasn't consistent with a simple fall downstairs. There were older bruises too, faded yellow ones on her ribs, arms, upper thighs. Domestic violence protocol was initiated. A social worker sat with us, gently asked questions. Mia stared at the wall and said nothing at first. Then, in a voice so small I barely heard it, she said, "He didn't mean it. He gets stressed. The business isn't going well. He drinks sometimes. It was an accident." But her eyes told a different story. I wanted to scream, to find Landon and drag him there by the ear, but first I focused on Mia. They admitted her immediately, surgery scheduled for the next morning to pin the bones in her arm. She'd need weeks of recovery, physical therapy, possibly more. That night, I stayed by her bed. She slept fitfully, waking often from pain or nightmares. Around 2 a.m., she reached for my hand. "Evelyn," she whispered, "I'm scared." "Of what, baby?" "That he'll be mad I came here, that he'll say I wasted money. He took my phone so I wouldn't call anyone, said I was being dramatic." I felt ice run through my veins. "Where is he now, Mia?" I asked.